What is up, everybody? Welcome to Party on Broad. Today, we are talking Eagles and Sixers, doing a 3-round Eagles mock for the 2024 NFL Draft, which is in just 11 days. And then we're talking some Sixers versus Heat, preview, X factors, everything in between as the Sixers get ready for the NBA playoffs. Joining me, he is Ryan Reese. Give him a shout out on X at Philly Sports PSA. What's up, Ryan?
Not much, man. We're talking a little Sixers, doing a little mock drafts. We're watching the Phillies in the background. It's a good time now that we've rolling into April and Phillies can frustrate the crap out of us.
They're doing a good job of that tonight. So we're doing kind of a watch party right now. Before we went live, we were watching that crazy play at home. But also joining us, he is Rob Lange. Give him a shout out on X at Philly_Madness. What's up, Rob?
Best time of the year, man. We got NBA playoffs right around the corner. NFL draft 10 days away. I mean, you know, it's a lot of fun here. I was actually over at the game on Friday for the Sixers and took my son to his first ever game. It was awesome. We had a blast, you know. So, screw the Bucks, you know, that they can't do anything right to just go down there and get their asses kicked. But and screw the NBA, by the way. Because tell me why, if a team beats another team all 3 times that they play them, they finish lower in the standings, because now all of a sudden you want to count division. You never talk about the division. Now we do, but whatever. Let's just go beat the Heat on Wednesday and get rolling.
The NBA is so soft, man. I actually brought that up during the post game yesterday. It doesn't make any sense. Guys, if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment. We are going to start off with an Eagles 3-round mock. Who knows? Maybe we'll talk Phillies here in the bottom of the 9th. Marshawn says, are you scared of the Heat? I don't want to play the Heat. I don't want to play them one bit. Quentin agrees. We'll get into why. We'll first talk Eagles. Then we'll get into the Philadelphia 76ers. Paul Reed over under 9 rebounds tomorrow. I'm going to go under. I'll go under. Marshawn, don't be scared. It's just playoff Jimmy is different, man. Playoff Jimmy is different. Yeah, okay. Under. Toby's better than Jimmy. Pack it up if you're all scared of Miami. This is the Philadelphia 76ers we're talking about here. But we'll get into why. And one of our questions is 0 to 10. What's our confidence level that the Sixers get the W? Wow. Really?
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. Who wants to do their mock first? I feel like we'll just go one by one.
I mean, I think we should save Rob's for last, regardless.
There's no way mine will be anywhere near as bad as it was the last time we did this.
I mean, you're right. You got shafted every which way, but
oh my god, I thought that was fun.
Yeah, the comedy was
I thought Castellanos had another walk off there.
Oh wow, wouldn't that be great? Two in less than a week.
To the warning track. Oh my god! Off the bat, that looks good. All right, I'm sorry, Ryan. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't mind.
There you go. Your screen's up. Do like in the middle, public versus PFF board. So we're kind of 50-50.
And what are we doing? 4 rounds, right?
No, just 3.
3? Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's really 2, but all right. Might help if I selected the Eagles. I'll zoom right through this and see who I missed out on. Latu, I don't know, Dallas Turner, Byron Murphy, JJ McCarthy to the Raiders. Gross.
Ugh. Marshawn Lynch is saying JC Latham to the Eagles. That's definitely a popular pick for Ryan.
Yeah. I have made my stance on tackle known, but I didn't think there'd be any shot in hell that Fashanu or Latham would be sitting there.
I don't think I've ever done. I think I've done most of these. I've never seen Fashanu drop.
Right. Same. And listen, I'm half tempted. I really am. But I just think, listen, there is too many, good players that are sitting right here. I'm going to look to trade back because I think that's the play. and I'll trade all the way back to Kansas City, so we can stay in the first round, get that 5th-year option, and they're gonna give us 64. Can I steal 95 out of them? Maybe if I give them more money. Yeah, let's see if I can get their first, second, and third.
What?
120 and the 22 pick. I mean, they're moving up 10 spots. They'd be crazy not to. And they're crazy.
Andy Reid ain't trading 3 picks for 1 ever.
Well, I threw in a 6 and it did it. So we'll see who's there. Powers Johnson, of course, Fashanu. Latham went to Kansas City. No surprise there. All right. Yeah, it's happened about what I thought. All right. So in my I literally just did a mock draft and I had Nubin fall to me all the way to 50. Which was insane. I had to jump at the chance, but I don't ever see that happening in real life. And so I'm going to jump at the chance to grab him at 32, honestly. I know there's a couple of really good guys here. Lassiter is really starting to kind of rise up my board. Boo. Chop Robinson. Darius Robinson, the better of the edge Robinsons. I would consider taking. And obviously
better Robinson.
Yeah, he is the better Robinson. I would think about I would think about Wilson here, but it's again, I just think it's super early. Again, maybe if I had traded 10 spots even further, maybe Wilson, I'd consider it. But I'm doing Nubin, and we're gonna go ahead and improve that safety room tremendously. I do see right now that I'm going to cry because my boy JT Sanders got sniped by the Bengals. One pick fire. I'm not happy about that. And look, Chop Robinson went Carolina. What a shit franchise. So I'm not gonna even resist going anywhere other than Edgerrin Cooper. This has to be the selection here. Even if JT Sanders was on the board, it has to be Cooper. He needs to be a Philadelphia Eagle. So right now, in my opinion, I just notched players in our top 2 positions of need in safety and linebacker. And looks like the Steelers, yeah, sure, why not? Steelers, let's go for another quarterback. That makes sense. Yeah, Michael Penix Jr., 3rd quarterback behind Russell Wilson, and I can't even think of his name off the top of my head. He was that Justin Fields. He was that awful. All right, so I'm going to I do have a couple other picks. All right, screw it. I'm gonna go with Xavier Worthy. Now the question is, which Xavier do I go with? Because I really want a wide receiver here. Oh, this is tough.
Bryce Harper just saved a run.
Yeah, it was a big play.
Yeah.
No surprise that guy's turned into a freaking Gold Glove at first base.
He's had a few plays this year, man.
He's unbelievable. He's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Worthy here because I feel like a lot of my drafts, I tend to go towards Leggett. Worthy usually isn't sitting here this late. So I'll go with Xavier Worthy at 53. And remember, I did trade for a couple of picks here, so I'm not exactly done. Although a couple of the guys I was really hoping would be there are not.
This draft is getting Howie fired.
What's that?
Marshawn said this draft is getting Howie fired.
Congratulations, Ryan. You've gotten the one guy who can't be fired.
Well, listen, I don't know what drugs you're smoking right now, but I'm killing it. And you need to recognize it. All right, so I am oh boy. You know what? Only because I know he's here. No, you know what? I'm gonna wait on that one. I really do like Nealon. He's starting to kind of rise up my board and taking notice here, and I think he might be the last remaining edge here before the super drop off here. There's also Max Mountain. Oh, screw it. I'm doing Max Mountain. I think corner is a bigger need than edge right now. Trotter going to San Fran. That sucks because I would have taken Trotter.
Yeah. If the Eagles go safety, linebacker, corner with their first 3 picks, I will have a freaking party. I will have a party.
Okay, well, let's go.
I love you, Ryan. You need to get in the war room, Ryan. You need to get in the war room.
I'm trying to. And listen, I'm going to go ahead and get our right guard for the next 10 years with the 95th pick. And that's Cooper Beebe, who will not be there at 95, but I don't care. We're doing a mock draft on PFF, and this is what it's telling me. So Cooper Beebe, easy choice. I don't care what it says. It's an A+. Boom.
I don't care what it says. Cooper Beebe got that.
See, that's crazy of me.
That is crazy.
I would take Cooper Beebe in the 2nd round.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I really would if I had to.
I know. And the only reason why I didn't grab him with the 64th is because I knew he was going to be there in the 95th.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do so many of these mocks. I'm the same way. You start to legitimately know, well, I don't have to draft him here because I know he'll be available at the next pick.
Yeah.
All right, Philly's got out of the 10th, baby.
There you go. I've got 2nd round grades pretty much on everyone here. I think it's a really good draft. The Cooper Beebe grade is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not as high on Xavier Worthy, but
I get it. Real. I think, like I said, I think I did it only because I think I'm so used to trying to go for Leggett because he's usually available and Worthy usually isn't. And listen, yeah, he's fast, and that would be great. And we love speed. So I think either way, I think what other Xavier you go with, I think will be a good player. Thank you, little G.
We've got Phil in the house. What's going on, Phil?
What up, Phil?
Make sure you check out Trending in the
Game
starting in a week from now.
Yeah.
On EOP on your mornings, 8 a.m. We've got little G in the house. Thanks for joining. Robert says, like Peyton Wilson way more than Cooper, much better in coverage. That is true. Peyton Wilson
I think when you just look at skill for skill, I think Wilson probably has the slight edge, but you have to factor in the injury history and the age. It needs to be factored. The
Eagles need a dog at linebacker, man. They just need a guy that Edgerrin Cooper is.
Cooper is good. Peyton Wilson is better. And then especially considering how much they play nickel, that's for sure. Eagles draft is good. Philly's going to win here. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, game's over. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah,
it's done.
And Wilson is injury prone and old. All right. That save your draft, Ryan. Maybe we'll throw those these into a poll or something. Who knows? All right. I am up for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then we're going to go to Rob.
By the way, if the Phillies don't bunt Rojas in this inning, I swear to God. Sorry. Go ahead. Off you go.
I'm looking at who is available. I'm going to, for the sake of doing things differently, and I feel like Ryan and I have done 1,000 of these, and I want to be different tonight, just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. The Eagles are looking to move up. Let's see what we can do here.
Oh, geez, that's a lot. What?
Interesting.
What more do they want? These greedy bums. All right.
All right. The Eagles are on the clock here. As we talked about on your show today, Ryan, like the Eagles' success rate with prospects is horseshit when it comes to selecting in the 20 range. What we are good at, the Eagles are good at, is selecting players in like the top 12, top like roughly the real kind of blue red chip players of this draft. And I've had this guy circled on my big board for quite some time. It's really 1A versus 1B. But the guy that I feel like that would fit really well with the Philadelphia Eagles is Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold is just a beast in coverage. He's physical. He can tackle really well. And he's a playmaker. And that's exactly what this Eagles secondary needs. Yeah, they lost some picks, but we still have a second-round pick at pick number 50 available. I'm going to lock in Terrion Arnold because I want a sure thing in this draft. I want a sure thing that I know that can be a massive upgrade over James Bradbury. And don't give me the nonsense that, he could be better in 2024. They need to get younger. They need to get faster. They need to get a dog on this defense. And Terrion Arnold is exactly that. I think this would be a really solid selection for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sitting here at pick number 50, my last pick of our day 3 mock round.
That was quick.
Yeah, I don't really have much left here. But I'm sitting here at pick 50, looking at who's available. Sorry, Phillies. All right. Runner on third, 2 outs. All right.
Did a nice sack bunt with Merrifield, and Bohm comes up and grounds to the shortstop.
Yeah.
One place he can't hit the ball.
I was different in round 1. I'm not going to be different in round 2. We are bringing in Edgerrin Cooper at pick number 50, my LB1 of this draft. And the Eagles have added a star linebacker. They have added a star cornerback for the future. And
Christian Pache. Christian Pache.
Fantastic.
Good
Walk
for him.
off for the Phillies here in the 10th inning. Christian Pache gets a single. Man, that's how we start a show, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. I kept forgetting that Dodge is looking at a screen and can't see me. And I'm like, how is he missing me throwing my arms up right now? I totally forgot you were looking at your draft.
I know.
All right. So those are I didn't make a lot of picks like Ryan, but I think I got 2 bona fide stars. And I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
Well, you know, that's good, Dibes. You should be happy.
Arnold the Terminator. I like it. A lot of people are liking the Arnold pick.
Oh yeah, it's listen. He's a stud. Same with him and I would love it. But
yep. All right.
All
Rob,
right.
can you share your screen?
Yes,
still analyzing your draft.
I know. Why is it taking so long?
You're out, dude. You're out. You're out. I've knocked you out.
Doesn't like it. Probably doesn't like it.
Yeah. It's gonna give you an F.
Yeah. F.
Is my screen showing now? Or are we still looking at the analyzing of Dibes?
No, you're good to go.
Okay. All right. So the way I'm probably going to do this, guys, is I'm going to move up and down the draft board as the Eagles would, but I'm going to draft guys that I would draft. Okay. So just to let you know off the top here, I'm not trading up. What the heck just happened? Okay, here we go. All right. So here I am sitting at 22.
Here I am.
Oh boy, they're gonna do it to me, guys. They're gonna do it to me. They literally left everybody that I would draft here. So you know what that means, boys?
Trade back.
We are trading back. Do I go to 26 or do I go out of the first round to 33? No, I'm not going out of the first round. The Eagles may consider it, but if you can get the Bucks third, that if you can get 26. And they're third, so that you're not waiting. Well, I guess, yeah. All right, for 22. Maybe I can get another one. Maybe I could steal something.
Go for their second.
Yeah, they told me go away.
That's because you still have the third selected.
Yeah, let's see. That's a good point. You know, nope, they said screw you.
They said, yeah, you suck.
This is why Ryan's getting Howie fired. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Hey, so I got 26, 89, and 92 for 22 and 120.
Some thirds.
All right.
Let's go.
So here we go. We're resuming the draft. We're back on. All right, good. They took my guy away in Cooper DeJean. Because I feel like I just draft him in the first round of every mock now. But still, Jackson Powers Johnson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Nate Wiggins. My guy, don't mess with Jerjon. Sitting here.
Just call him Johnny.
I'm not calling him Johnny. Not calling him Johnny. I refuse to call him Johnny ever. Okay, but I got to tell you. Okay, here we go. It's time to have some fun. Now, if the Eagles were here, we all know that they're probably going Jackson Powers Johnson. That's what the Eagles would do. But I'm not the Eagles. I'm not going to do it. All right. I don't care what people say. Oh, everyone just likes him because of his name. No, Kool-Aid McKinstry is a damn good cornerback. Okay, who started as a freshman for Nick Saban. And guess what? I have been saying this for years. Draft the guys from the winning programs. Kool-Aid McKinstry, I'm taking you at 26. I don't care what anybody says. You're my corner to go with Darius Slay for this year, and then Keely Ringo will be your partner when Slay retires. So Kool-Aid is in right here at 28, at 26.
It's a good trade back.
Love it.
Bringing us to 50. And in my opinion, you couldn't have gone wrong with him or a Wiggins or a Powers Johnson there. I mean, you're going to get a guy that's playing right away. So I'm not playing games here. Oh, boy. Do you want me to do it, Rye?
Oh, boy. Let's do it.
First of all, this draft is ridiculous because everybody is just here. But I'm not risking anything, boys. You know me. Edgerrin's my guy. I don't care. I cannot risk losing him because I want to take JT Sanders or anything like that. All right. So Coop, come on down. You're coming to our linebacker room. All right.
I'm going to pause you for a second. For a second. Marshawn says best Kool-Aid flavor is definitely tropical punch and cherry. I think those are the top two. We do have a Phillies post-game show that's probably going to be going down right about now.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch the Phillies post-game show, it's probably happening simultaneously. Go ahead, Rob.
Watch it recorded. Watch us now and watch that recorded.
The correct answer is grape, by the way.
Sugar water purple. Sugar water purple. Dave Chappelle told you years ago. Sugar water purple. Beautiful. All right. Well, that was actually purple drink because he said he couldn't afford Kool-Aid. All right. Anyway, 53. And look who is sitting on the board still. Look at this, Rob. Look at this. It's heaven. It's heaven on earth. Okay. Yes, the Eagles are going to take an offensive lineman here, but I'm sure as hell not. Give me Jatavian Sanders because guess what? Whether Dallas Goedert's there or not, you now have another stud tight end. All right, Jatavian, come on down, brother. Come on down.
That's my like dream scenario for 50 and 53.
Yeah,
taking two Texas players. Well, one Texas A&M, the other Texas. JT and Edge. That would be my dream scenario.
All right, now we're getting into some fun areas here.
Kitchens this way.
Oh boy. So now here I am picking at 89. Okay. And I'm just kind of seeing the board here. It's a shame because Kitchens would have absolutely been my pick right now. The Eagle, there's no way the Eagles go this long without an offensive lineman, but the only one that I would even consider because they want to tackle is Dominic Paul. But I tell you what, I need a safety. And I like Kalen Bullock. I do, from USC. At this point, one of your picks from trading back, I will take Kalen Bullock for the safety position because I don't know if as much as we want a safety right now, I don't know if the Eagles look at this and say they need a safety right now, but they could pick a guy that maybe they develop a little bit. So I'm going to take Kalen Bullock there. And then with
Well,
my last pick, yeah.
Now, yeah, finish your last pick and I'll give my thought.
All righty. Now I'm nervous. Um, and look, at this point, you got guards, you got tackles all sitting around here. I won't pretend that I really know much about these guys. If you saw these names, boys, Mahogany, Van Pran, McCormick, Pooney, are any of them, tell you Eagles type players there?
I'd go Christian Mahogany, who's actually already met with the Eagles.
Yes.
I think he's a
that's
very athletic guard prospect.
And that's what they look for at that position. That's what they look for at that position. So I think Christian Mahogany would be the pick here. And the Eagles really utilized in this draft their trade back. And I've earned 2 new rewards. Look at that. I'm just that good.
What is that?
I don't know. I've just earned 2 new rewards. It's probably some spam that I clicked on.
I saw that too the last time I did one. It told me I had some reward too.
They do this to me every time. You should have drafted Zach Frazier over Edwin Cooper.
Don't tell me what I should have done.
Yeah. B+, bam, bam, bam.
Bam.
Bam, boys. Bam.
Bam. Bam. I admit it.
Way better.
Way better than last time.
Marshawn's wanted Cedric Van Pran. Rewards are for participation.
That's messed up, Marshawn.
I mean, this is a home run draft. We've talked ad nauseum about your top 3 picks. Kalen Bullock really fits well with what the Eagles, I think, need. He's more of a free safety, a guy that has ridiculous athleticism. He's a ball hawk. He's got great size. He can go sideline to sideline, read the quarterback's eyes, great closing and finishing ability. I think Reed is more of a third safety. I think Kalen is a guy that can kind of sit back, maybe in some single high situations and give you some really good coverage skills. Christian Mahogany is a very good athlete, guard prospect. So overall, this is a straight A. I mean,
Rich Mahogany.
Rich Mahogany is
God. That would be. Oh my God, we have some awesome names here. Just some awesome names.
Yeah.
All right.
Stop sharing.
So those are our 3-round mocks. Maybe we'll throw them to the YouTube channel for voting. We'll see what happens.
Of course, let's get it to a vote so Dodge could type his cheat code in. It's Mortal Kombat. It's like Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis. He's ABACABB types in and wins every time. That's right. I still remember the damn code. That was the blood code, baby. That's what they showed blood on Sega. You guys are young. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. I remember.
I don't know how old the hell you are, Rob, but I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. I know Dibes isn't.
Remember the cheat code thing you would put on your Nintendo? It was called Game Shark, I believe.
Game Shark. Yep.
This is giant block, and you put it on top of your game, and it
was awesome.
The game, and you.
Yeah, people think hacking is new. That shit was around with Genesis, baby. Let's go.
So good. Rob with the weird age flex.
I'm an old man, dude. I'm an old man. What do I want to tell you? I'm old.
Real quick, some advertisements. Make sure to join us during our NFL Draft Watch Party, April 25th. Starting at 7, we'll be talking about everything and anything NFL Draft trivia. This will not be an Eagles-centric show. It will cover everything from every NFL team, grades. We have spreadsheets. We have some really fun kind of a new way to do grades that will be more so on value. So make sure to join us 7 o'clock, and we'll also be doing day 2 and day 3 as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Last year's draft party was awesome because Dodge was like, yeah, you can hop on. There's not too many people on. And I ended up staying for the entire first round. Like, never left. Just hung out. It was awesome.
All right. And let's throw it to an ad before we get into some Sixers versus Heat talk. Great moments don't just happen. They happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com. All right, Sixers versus Heat talk. Let's get into this thing. The Sixers 8 straight, and you would think everything's going their way, but the exact opposite happened on Sunday, where everything that could possibly go wrong did, including some tanking and some fraudulent coaching and teams, most notably Glenn Rivers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. But we're sitting here looking at the Miami Heat. If they get the W there, they will take on the New York Knicks as the 7th seed in a best-of-7 series. Let's start off our Sixers versus Heat preview. We'll lead off with you, Rob. What is your confidence level? 0 to 10, 10 being super confident, 0 being scared, shitless, that the Sixers beat the Heat on Wednesday.
Look, the Heat are like the last team I think you want to see just because of their pedigree in the playoffs. But with that said, I'm about a 7.5, 8 right now. I mean, I'm not a 10, but the Sixers are playing good basketball first and foremost. Okay, not just Joel Embiid, and I know the Nets had nothing to play for, and half the guys were out, but the whole team. Kelly Oubre has played tremendous the last few games, not just offensively either. He's played pretty good defensively. They're getting Nick Batum is a pro's pro. I don't know if the Sixers have had a Nick Batum type player in any of these runs. That's just a professional, a veteran, that the moment doesn't faze him. Tyrese Maxey has totally come into his own. This guy is just gold in everything that he touches right now. And the big thing here is we're talking about Nick, like everyone wants to say Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy in the playoffs. Don't forget about Nick Nurse in the playoffs, guys. I mean, this guy, first of all, they won the game in San Antonio for no other reason than the play he drew, the out of bounds play he drew up to get Tyrese Maxey's layup at the end of regulation. They win that game because he is an X's and O's coach, right? Everybody else has that's what his thing is. That's what he does. So because of that, it's the first time you're playing the Heat in the playoffs where they don't have a distinct coaching advantage. They just don't. I'm not saying Spoelstra's not good. I'm saying Nick Nurse is in that tier, in my opinion. So with that, I do have confidence. I think, look, the game's home. They get it. They understand. Everybody knows what happens if you're the 8 seed, and it's probably bounced in the first round because Boston is really good. So I'm going to go with a 7.5, 8 here on my confidence level.
7, 8 for Rob. Some comments real quick. Marshawn saying, "Are you scared of Jimmy Butler?" Ryan cut that promo to rile up the troops here. Ryan, are you scared of Jimmy Butler?
I ain't scared. I've never been scared. I don't know how everybody in Philadelphia isn't at an 11 right now. We are coming into the playoffs 8 in a row. Joel Embiid is absolutely back. Tyrese Maxey is just, I feel like every game he's just getting better. And the two of them are the best duo in the league. You have a deep bench that we've just have not had. Kelly Oubre and Batum and I could go. It's the deepest bench we've ever had going into the playoffs in the past, whatever, how many years. And you know what? I know everybody gives crap for Toby, but when Embiid and Tyrese are the ones handling their business and out there, Toby can just slink into his little third spot and not have to be relied upon. And that's actually where he, comes to life. And he can be that third option or fourth option, even if Kelly Oubre is running wild. So
You heard what Joe said.
I'm not scared. I'm not secretly nothing. You come to my house, I'll show you. I ain't scared. Sixers, I'm guaranteeing are the 7th seed. It ain't happening any other way than that. I'm throwing money down on.
Tell them how you feel, Reese. Tell them how you feel.
Listen. The Sixers had the best damn player in the planet. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Y'all got used to not having Joel out there, and Sixers were fuddling around. They started picking it up. Joel comes back, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. No, you don't. You haven't seen Joel just yet. He hasn't been back yet. He'll be back in the playoffs. We'll see real Embiid in the playoffs with real Tyrese Maxey and the rest of the gang. The deepest bench we've ever had, and the best coach we've had in quite some time as well. So I don't know how y'all ain't loving life right now. Getting the 7th seed, we'll beat Miami. They're no problem. Jimmy Butler can go home and cry. I don't care. And then we're gonna go and run through Doc Rivers, those scumbag MFers, and beat the crap out of those Bucks as well. So I'm pumped up. I'm fired up. Let's go.
Listen, the Bucks cost us in a lot of ways. You understand that, because by losing that game, it would now be the Knicks that you play.
Yeah.
The Knicks are now the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very frustrating.
We're all hoping for the Bucks. I don't know, Davey. Just from Ryan's little speech there, I don't think he's shitting himself.
No, I got to tell you, that's the most passionate Ryan Reese I have seen, sir. That's the most passion I've seen. I love it.
The Heat will blitz and beat Maxey and force someone else to make shots. We're gonna get to that in a little bit.
They're not that good defensive. They're but this isn't the Heat that we've seen at the past couple years. And I know playoff Jimmy is playoff Jimmy, but playoff Jimmy is getting older. Like eventually you start to trail off. Their defense isn't this dynamic force. In my opinion,
they're 5th best in the NBA when it comes to defensive efficiency. I mean, they struggled this season. There's no doubt, but they for whatever reason, when the playoffs arrive, they definitely turn it up. They know how to do that, and there's a lot of evidence to support that. Y'all scared of the Knicks? No, I'm not.
No. What do they even have? Nobody.
So Randall will be out for the Knicks. I know we're going ahead of ourselves.
That's crucial.
That's crucial in that I think they're better without Randall because more offense runs through Brunson, who is just a star in the making and has, he could give Joel Embiid some fits. So some stats on the Miami Heat.
Let's focus. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ryan, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Q said it in the chat here. Listen, whoever the hell we play, whenever we play them, all I care about is beating the crap out of the Heat, which is exactly what we're gonna do, and playoff Jimmy, whatever, dude. Well, who else you got next? Nobody. Bunch of bums.
I'm actually in that 6 to 7 range. I'm confident, and for me, it really boils down to not Joel Embiid. It's the rise of Tyrese Maxey. Again, needing to prove himself for whatever reason that he is a star in the NBA. And there was a recent ranking that I don't know if it was NBA.com or what, maybe the Ringer. I'm not sure. But they left him off of the top 30 players in the NBA, which is an unbelievable feat, an impressive feat considering Maxey is the only player in NBA history to average 25, 5, and fewer than 2 turnovers for a full season. What we have seen from Tyrese Maxey with his perimeter shooting, like a young Steph Curry, utilizing his speed to attack downhill, I'm confident that Maxey is going to deliver. I'm confident that we're going to get consistent play out of Maxey rather than, James Harden looking like a god in one game and then looking like the worst player on both teams the next. So for me, I'm about a 6 or a 7. I would have rather played the Bucks, but here we are. So moving forward, let's get to an ad real quick, and then we'll head to more Sixers versus Heat talk. If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans, ever, the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment. All right, next question for the night. What is the biggest matchup to watch between the Sixers and the Heat? Did we lose Ryan?
Ryan's spinning.
Ryan is spinning currently. He's
Hey,
back.
there he is.
What is the biggest matchup to watch? I'll lead us off on this one because I think I'm going to cheat as I always do. It's not necessarily player versus player. The obvious answer to this one boils down to the Sixers versus the Miami Heat zone. This is something that we have seen, especially in a few months ago where the Sixers really struggled. But the Miami Heat defense and that zone is designed to take away the paint. It's designed to take away Maxey's drive to the basket, where he has been elite all year long. You look at Maxey's production, nearly 74% of his points have come at attacking and driving to the basket. That is exactly what Eric Spoelstra is going to be looking at and trying to take away from the Sixers offense. The Heat are really good at stunting and quick jabbing and team help defense to make ball handlers uncomfortable. They want to make ball handlers, make quicker decisions with the basketball, but also make their role players take another step above, their typical role and make them uncomfortable as well. What the Heat want to do is basically make everyone uncomfortable and make you beat them with the perimeter shot. The Sixers shot 36.4% as a team from 3. The Heat allow opponents to shoot 35.3% from 3. That's the 5th best mark in the league. So this zone is going to force the Sixers to really operate at higher spots on the court. And what that's going to do is make Maxey uncomfortable. It's going to make him second guess. It's going to make him, kind of question his decision-making when trying to penetrate and move the basketball. And it's going to force role players into roles they're not used to. So what I need to see most on Wednesday is tons of ball movement. What I need to see are crisp passes. I need to see hard cuts through the zone. I need to see players like Kelly Oubre, Nick Batum using that inside-out game. I need to see Oubre attacking and cutting to the basket on the baseline. So if the Sixers can consistently get the ball inside to Joel, force the Heat defense to suck in help and open up kickouts for wide open 3-pointers, that's what I'm watching. the Heat zone defense versus the Sixers is by far the biggest matchup to watch. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, listen, I think the biggest matchup is Tyrese Maxey versus what poor Sap is going to have to guard him. Honestly, they played 4 times this year. He scored 30 in at least 30 in 3 of those matchups, shooting 52%. Went off for 37 last time they went ahead, and it just seems like they continuously try to rotate the guys around him, and nobody's able to stop him from scoring. So I think that's going to be a matchup to watch is how they guard Tyrese Maxey and who they're going to put against him, on a consistent basis, or are they going to continuously utilize kind of a rotation, again, maybe within that zone. So, it's I think Maxey is the absolute key for this playoff matchup.
Yeah. Some comments: Nurse versus Miami zone. Agreed. Nurse versus the zone. Lowry versus Spo. All right. Hold on to that, Marshawn. We're going to get into our next question soon, which will be biggest X factors, and I think Lowry is definitely on that list. Like, I was talking to my dad, and like he's a box score guy, and he saw the 0 points from Lowry last game against the Nets. Like, he does all the little things: the leadership, the defense, the ball movement. To allow Maxey to thrive off ball. I like that. Embiid and Maxey decision-making will be key. Embiid has a ridiculous 30.5 assist percentage since returning. I feel like he's really done well moving the basketball since he's returned from injury. Quinn says we need ball movement. We've got Daniel in the house. I see why you're scared and overthinking. That's what I do, man. I'm sorry. I overthink things all the time. And I agree with everything Tybe said. Big fella will eat. Rob, what's your biggest matchup?
I tell you what, I think the matchup is all on the 76ers side. I don't think it's against the Heat. And I think it's Nick Nurse and his ability to coach this team out of those stagnant time periods that we have come to know them for in big playoff games. Okay, Dives, you talked about it. Think back to Game 6 last year where they're dominating the game. They have the game won, and then they just fell off. How is Nick Nurse going to be able to adjust on the fly when those times come up? Because they will. And is he able to, kind of cut it before it gets too bad? Is he able to call the right timeout or call the right play when things haven't been going well to make sure they get a bucket? I really do believe that. I believe the Sixers are the better basketball team. And if they lose, it's because they weren't doing the things that made them the better basketball team all year long. Look, we all know that the Sixers are not your typical play-in team, okay? They lost their best player for 2 months. And guess what? It wasn't pretty, but they were able to hang around to the point where they had a chance to play out of the play-in game. So I really think it's going to be those moments that we have gotten so used to seeing from this team in the playoffs and how Nick Nurse is able to adjust when those times come. If they do that, they're going to win the basketball game. I know what the past tells you, but, every dog has its day and eventually things change, right? And I think this is the year that the Sixers kind of get that Jimmy Butler monkey off their back in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We're not going to touch on the Knicks just yet. That'll probably be for maybe we'll do a show on that. Maybe I'll do a short video on that. I don't know. Let's do a quick ad, and then we'll get to our biggest X factors between the Miami Heat and the 76ers. When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. All right. We lost Ryan. Marshawn says this stream has more ads than the Super Bowl. I still have one more in the chamber, man.
Look, we got to pay the bills, man. We got to pay the bills.
Yes, sir. Quentin says, will there be a live stream on Wednesday? Absolutely. We're all going to be reacting to that game. No doubt about it. And the rest of the NBA playoffs, no doubt. Let's get to biggest X factor in this series versus the Heat. Rob, who are you going with?
I'm going with Kelly Oubre. You know, and I know it seems like a simple one to pick, but look, when the best player in the team comes out and says you're the third option, it's now strictly on your shoulders. If they are going to try and take Joel a little bit out as much as you can and Tyrese Maxey, it's up for this next guy to step up. And it's not Tobias Harris anymore. It's going to be Kelly Oubre. Look, he's played so well. He fits this team. You know, he's always looking to rile everybody up. And he's not a great defender, but he's a willing defender. You know, he's going to go out there and try and get a couple, you know, tips and things of that nature. I think Kelly Oubre's a guy. If Kelly Oubre scores 20 in this game, the Sixers are going to win the game. I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, they can win it without that, but if he does, I think that means the Sixers are going to score plenty as a team to win this ball game.
That's a really good one. And that was mine as well. What's up, Ryan? Where have you been?
Hey, well, long time no talk, guys. What's up?
Will you just come in when you feel like it, Ryan?
Kelly Oubre is a great one. His rise over the last 2 months have been astounding. 20 points a game in the last 2 months of the season, especially in the second half. I feel like he's had a huge role in big games, being secondary, you know, third scorer for the Sixers. You know, Maxey, we have seen all season long as one of the best scorers in the second half and fourth quarter. And Oubre has really taken this game to the next level, to the point where now it's Oubre that's creating more for others. And you'll see him make, you know, the smart pass to B-Ball Paul in the pick and roll. So, yeah, that's a great one. The one I want to throw out is Nick Batum. And for the sole reason of the ball movement, the corner threes. He's actually one of the better ISO defenders on this team, despite his age, which is really shocking. And when you look at the Miami Heat, this team is a very good ISO team, 1.01 points per possession, 90 led by Terry Rozier, who's a great ISO scorer. I don't expect Batum to be defending Terry Rozier, but 95th percentile as an ISO scorer. As we know, the playoffs do tend to kind of lead to more ISO opportunities. So that's something to watch. And Nico Batum, yeah, he won't score you a lot of points, but he's a guy that he's everything we wanted PJ Tucker to be. He's that dog that's going to give you that inside-out game with Joel Embiid. He's one of the very few players on this Sixers team that can throw an entry pass to Joel. And he's a guy that can really keep the ball moving in transition and give you some big moments on defense. So Nick Batum and his ball movement and keeping the ball moving against that zone is why he's my X factor. What about you, Ryan? Do you have an X factor for this series?
I don't know if who you guys have already said.
And then I went Nick Batum.
You know, for Rob, this one's for Rob. I'm gonna go Rocco.
I don't think he's playing, man. I think he's out.
No, he's officially out. I thought he was back. I thought he was going to be back.
Ryan, I've really liked you over the last year and a half that we've been doing this. You just went way down my list, partner. Way down my list.
So I believe, and I could be wrong, and I usually am, is that Nick Nurse said that Rocco won't be available the rest of the season. I believe he said that yesterday after the game.
See that?
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks too because they're going to need his length and defense if they match up against teams like the Knicks and the Bucks and the Celtics. So it sucks. But we got KJ Martin and Ricky to a new 4 years.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
Let's go, Ricky.
Signed that one. Listen. Hopefully, I should have stayed offline. Yeah, you're probably right. Listen, I did it for Rob's sake, but
yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, this is what I'm here for. Now listen, you guys took the best two. Listen, I'll say Melton. I think
if he plays.
Yeah, that's kind of
he didn't practice today, apparently.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's up in the air. The one X factor I want to watch out for is Kyle Lowry. Because if you go back, if you go to this Heat versus Sixers series this season, only one time of the 4 games did we see Embiid and Jimmy Butler on the court. And obviously, playoff Jimmy is a different beast in itself. And who was the primary defender on Jimmy Butler in that game? It was Kyle freaking Lowry. Kyle Lowry held Jimmy Butler to just 5 points on 30.2 possessions and 2 of 5 shooting. And I like the Melton pick. I like those are the 2 guys I would rotate with Lowry and Melton on Jimmy Butler. But Kyle Lowry and we know Max is going to play a lot of minutes.
Right.
Lowry is definitely a really big X factor. Just hit a couple threes, play very good defense on Jimmy Butler, and just provide that point guard feel that this team does not have a lot of. So for me, I think Kyle Lowry is a really good pick. Ryan, do you have any others?
Nah, go ahead. That's all I had.
Well, here's a guy that I won't say is an X factor, but I think could be a sleeper. He had a really nice game on Sunday. Finally coming out of his shooting woes a little bit. And that's Buddy Hield. I mean, if Buddy Hield can knock down the open threes when people collapse on Joel Embiid, that changes a lot of things for you. If he can knock them down, he gets you 4 in the game or, and maybe a couple drives. He gets you 14, 16 points. Man, that would be huge. I'm not saying he's an X factor because I believe an X factor has to change the game. I just think if Buddy can knock down the open shots when they come to him, because they will when Joel's in the game, that's what he's here for, right? That's what what they traded for to get Buddy Hield. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out Wednesday.
Buddy Hield, last 4 games, 46.4% from 3, 7 attempts per game. And he also has a 23.4 net rating, which is like second best among players with meaningful minutes behind Embiid. So
yeah, he seems to maybe be coming out of this funk right now. And I mean, that would be a huge addition to this team, especially when you talk about playing against his own defense, where everybody's going to try and collapse on that middle, not let you drive. If him and Oubre and these guys start knocking down threes, forget about it. They're going to have to get out of the zone, and then they can't man up with the 76ers. They just can't.
Quentin says Lowry had quite a few good defensive possessions in the Miami game. We don't have any affiliation with Ron Brooks. Sorry to burst your bubble there.
He is in the wrong show.
Yeah,
that's it.
I saw your comments on the Ron Brooks video on our channel. We're not related to the Sixers. I would contact the Sixers and see if they can get you in touch with his agent. That's probably the best path for that.
Who am I stupid? Who's
Ron Brooks? Ron Brooks is the guy who sung the national anthem.
Oh yeah. The Army vet.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was really good for a long time.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay. I just couldn't think it. I didn't know that was his name.
Why do we seem to get people who think we're other people?
I don't know.
Guys, just because we wear the clothes of the team, we bought it just like you on fanatics.com or anywhere else that you can buy Philadelphia sports merchandise.
Apparently.
It's your city. It's your house.
Marshawn, did we not beat up on the Heat team all year? I mean, we lost the game in January. Again, these were both games all season where a lot of both teams didn't have a lot of players. Like Melton didn't play a lot during this series.
What did they play 4 times?
They played 4 times, and only Jimmy Butler and Embiid played the same game once.
Yeah.
So
was it a split, or did the Sixers win 3 or 4?
I think they won 3 of 4 with Lowry. I think the Sixers are 2-0 since the Lowry edition. I could be wrong.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah.
I thought Rob was going to say someone else. It's not Tobias. Oubre is Harden's X factor. I like that a lot. Facts. Heat culture. Injuring opposing stars to better chances of winning. Watch Caleb and Highsmith. That's a really good one. Caleb Martin is a guy that will fly off screens. Got to watch out after him. He's also in this series has been the primary defender on Tyrese Maxey. He's definitely a name to watch. Anything can happen in the best of 1, 3-1 over the Miami Heat. And that wraps up Party on Broad for this evening. I'll throw it to you, Ryan. Final thoughts, Sixers versus Heat or Eagles draft, and then plugs. Time is yours.
Yeah, listen, I'm confident the Sixers are going to win this. I think we're all just kind of stuck being in a Doc Rivers world. And we got to realize that we have Nick Nurse.
We're scared. Yeah.
Well, listen, I get that.
Burned. The bridges have been burned.
100%. But we have a coach who knows what he's doing. He's won a championship. So let's let it play out. So just put that confidence into the aura. It'll work itself out. As far as Eagles draft, I cannot wait. 10 days away. You all have to join our draft coverage starting Thursday at 7 p.m. Join us live as we'll react to all the picks, and we'll be talking not just Eagles, but every team out there, team needs, etc. As the draft goes along. And I think I killed my draft. I don't know anybody who doesn't like it. Well, you don't know.
Your draft was so good. Your draft was so good it destroyed your internet access.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It was like, well, I'm done for the night. It's not going to get any better than this. But make sure you guys are subscribed to Edge of Philly Sports. Put on those automatic notifications anywhere that you get them on social media. That way, you know exactly when we go live. We got post games for everything. We got shows throughout the week, and then of course our live draft coverage. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Rudy Boo says Tobias Harris last regular season game in the Sixers.
God willing.
It's a great thing, man. It truly is. Rob, final thoughts, plugs?
Yeah, so I actually will be in the building. I will be in Wells Fargo Center on Wednesday. Found out that the guy who gets the first choice can't make the game, so I was we're in. I'm in. So I'll be in. I will be in attendance for the game, sitting about 5 rows behind Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat. And I'm gonna have to.
Get out of here, Q.
Jesus, Q. Why you gotta ruin it like that? It's been a great show. So make sure you're checking out these guys. On with the game, post game, all that stuff, and then the draft. I mean, I'm pumped, man. I'm excited. I really am. I already have prepared to see an offensive tackle be drafted by the Eagles in the first round. And I'm just ready for it. Like, I think I'm going to be numb to it at this point. And it'll just make it better when they don't do that. So, make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned here to Party on Broad. This is where you can find me, and on Twitter at Philly_Madness.
This would definitely test my Sixers fandom. If the Sixers strike out in the offseason, and it doesn't go their way whatsoever, and they bring back Tobias on a relatively cheaper contract, I would not be okay with that. It's time to move on. Final thoughts. If you love the NFL draft, make sure you check us out tomorrow night. Birds of the Round Table. We'll be talking more draft, 8 p.m. And then right after that, Chalk Talk will be live. We are doing a full first round mock draft. We're all splitting teams with me, Shane, and Mark. And that's going to be a lot of fun, talking just team needs and what we would do, not necessarily what the consensus would do. So there should be some differences there. We will be back on Wednesday for Sixers post game. So be on the lookout for that. And if you love the draft, I'm already 11 prospects deep into the 2025 NFL draft. And I've got like at least 10 more ready to go. So my goal is before Thursday next week to have at least 20 guys on the channel.
Oh my God.
So we'll see. We'll see. I'm exhausted, man. That was a lot. Last weekend I did Saturday and Sunday. I did 11 guys, and yeah. So here we are. But anyway, go check those guys out. It's another strong draft. It really is. Some of the guys we'll be talking about, and a year from now, very, very strong draft. So, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. He is Ryan Reese. Go give him a follow on X at Philly Sports PSA. That is Rob at Philly_Madness. One last time, we will see you April 25th for our NFL Draft Watch Party. We're going to plug the shit out of it. We've got some really fun things planned with data and spreadsheets and spider charts and scouting reports. We've got it all, man. There's so much. Really, I just want to thank Ryan. I think Ryan has been an integral part of this. He's been with me from the beginning. Usually it's just me, and you've made it far more fun and less exhausting when we're like, let's tackle these 10 guys, and you're like, I'll take this 5 and I'll take that 5. That in itself is so relieving.
Honestly, thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing me along, man. Honestly, it's I've loved this whole entire draft experience. This is kind of the first year that I've really committed and fully dove in, and yeah, I've always kind of loved it. But man, I love it even more knowing more than I do, and yeah, it's such a great fun process. Honestly, it's like the off-season Christmas, and it's something you wait for months and months and months. So I love it.
It's gonna be fun next year when we're at the draft doing a watch party.
I know, can't wait, dude. Yeah. We're doing the whole circuit. Dude, Senior Bowl.
It was up. It was available. If I weren't in school right now,
yeah, we would have been down there for sure.
That's awesome.
It'd be a different setup.
I'm hoping because of that, next year's acceptance will be much easier.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Danny Savage sent you a message on Twitter. Let me check, Danny. You said this last week, man. And there was no message.
That is true. What up, Guru? No, but wherever Danny, it is, we're going.
It's not happening, man. It's not.
I'm just gonna fly out to wherever it is and just stand in the crowd and act like a fan and just absolutely belittle you two until you bring me up on stage.
Next year, I already know this. I'm because I used it for graphics. Next year's draft will be in Green Bay, so not.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
love to go to
good town.
I know,
good
that's
town.
Like a bucket list. That's a bucket list thing.
I've been there. I was there. It's good times.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. He is Ryan. He is Rob. I am Don. I almost said he is Don. I gotta go to bed.
We're all done.
Thank you for watching Party on Broads Monday nights. Me and Ryan will see you tomorrow night for Birds of the Round Table at 8:00. Stay awesome.